Oh boy, I can't wait to play my favorite game, Nier Automata, and progress further than 1.5 chapters into the main story.
Ben,
Oh, b- b- Ben, please, man, you gotta let me go. The kids don't play phone games anymore these days. All they do is watch TikTok and play Friday Night Funkin' on Roblox. Man, you gotta believe me, I can't keep making these ads. Please let me out of the closet.
no.
Talking Ben by Outfit 7 Limited is the prime example of adjacent spaces shown one at a time. This is evident in the various silly and wacky situations that Ben can find himself in, ranging from sitting in a chair to standing in a lab and committing arson. These individual spaces seem to be contained single-screen spaces, as there's no way that Talking Ben would have his science lab right next to his comfy chair. As opposed to this style of game or film, the quick transition to a different game space does not invoke a sense of shock or surprise. This is because of two reasons. 1. All players must already be acquainted with the Talking Ben house, so it should not come as a shock that Talking Ben has a lab where he... and it's also where he keeps his... 2. Every time I switch the space, I am met with a mobile ad for Talking Angela. But if you want only one reason and not two, you can pay to remove ads for $5.99. Okay man, Ben, I did it. I made your stupid ad. Now please can I go? I really need to finish this progress report. Also, when can I see my family again? Hello, I am back again with my second progress report. This time I played from where I last left off, the end of the second chapter, all the way to what I think is the main ending of the game, ending A. And there is a lot to unpack. But first I got a new controller so I can actually play the game decently, and then I went to go pick up my old weapon. Throughout the whole game was this whole underlying question of what it means to be human, or I guess sentient and conscious, and how this is affected in the context of this post-apocalyptic world. Through the main chapters, as well as a few of the side quests in the game, the question of what constitutes as a human in this post-human world is slowly explored. So I think it's really here where I started to question the morality in my killing of the machines. In this chapter, 2B is sent on a mission to clear out a large amount of machines in the desert. As she clears the machines out, they start acting strangely human-like, crying out in fear and speaking.
2B 奴らの言葉に意味はありません。ランダムで単語を発生しているだけです。だいたい助けてって言いながら攻撃するなんて矛盾してるし。そうだね。
Of course, since we're androids, 9S is like, yo, just ignore it. It's programmed. Blah blah blah. But as we get deeper into the residential apartment complex ruins, the machines are like wearing what seem to be clothes, and in the center of the district, we've learned that the machines are able to experience feelings such as hunger and love. Specifically, there's a few robots doing some stuff. And then they turn into a ball and poop out some dude. I wasn't really sure what that was yet. And then once you kill that dude, he poops out another dude.
Android? 違う、こいつ機械生命体です。
Also, this is unrelated, but the soundtrack incorporating the machine's cries was very epic. Anyways, at this point, the idea that machines could possibly be conscious has been planted, and as I continue through the game, this idea only gets reaffirmed. I admit I was a bit creeped out by this section, but it also dropped a lot of info that was important for my understanding of the game. So basically, 2B and 9S are searching for some MIA androids that the bunker lost contact with while they were on the way to the surface, and by tracing their signals, we find that they're in some creepy ass amusement park. Oh, am I allowed to swear? Oh, where machines are celebrating and shooting confetti and balloons and just being weird in general. Around the area, there are a few machines who seem to either have like family style bonds with other machines, or machines that just display emotion in general. While you could argue that maybe they're just programmed like that, like, oh, maybe this machine is just programmed to feel upset all the time or something. This point gets further hammered in during the boss fight with the mad songstress. So the boss here is obsessed with validation and beauty. Throughout the fight, she just keeps talking about, oh, I need to be beautiful, I need to be beautiful. And then she forces all of the machines in the area of the map to like obey and act out this grand festival. The idea that a machine has the capability of thought and is able to desire things such as beauty is something that we cannot even begin to think about in the real world. Cognitive scientists and like artificial intelligence workers now are still struggling with problems such as relevance realization, which is like, how do we make a machine decide what is relevant to it? So to see that the machines in this game world are acting with intentionality is kind of very interesting. We actually learn later that the machines that attack are all connected to some kind of network, but the songstress and her minions are detached from this network, which enables them to have like this sense of self, or which brings out their self-consciousness.
ねえ 2B、
何？
あの機械生命体なんだか不思議なことを言ってました。まるで感情が。
機械生命体に意識なんかない。そう言ったのはあなたよ、 9S。
そうですね。
Next, 2B and 9S visit the village of some weird timid looking robot guy, where an entire colony of peace-seeking machines live. The machines, they want to prove that they're trustworthy, so to do that they give 2B an important item to bring back to the resistance camp. One thing I did notice is that the background music has some random kid singing in the background, which gives off the feeling of innocence or peace. In return, the resistance camp trades back some oil. Yeah. The machines in this village are all disconnected from the network, and they all display self-awareness and consciousness. All of them have unique dialogues when spoken to, and they all show desires and thoughts. In fact, some of the machines here seem to be part of some families as well. One of the side quest chains that start in this village delves deeper into the concept of machines and emotion. Jean-Paul here is a Giga Chad who has multiple female machines lined up for him. All of them give him presents, but he turns them all down because they are not worthy of his time. Of course, he's a Giga Chad, so all of the other machines go nuts over his rejection. They're like, wow, the great JP said my gift was worthless. I don't know, maybe he's a secret harem protagonist. Interestingly, when we exit the village, we see the same situation happen again, but this time it's on the Android side. So Operator 60 calls 2B and is like, yo, I asked out the commander, and the commander rejected me. This is so sad, can we hit 50 likes? So while the reactions of the rejected differ, the parallels in these two events suggest that both sides are more similar than they think. It kind of humanizes the machines, and it puts both the androids and the machines on a similar playing field, such that they both deal with the same issues, they all feel the same emotions, and this suggests that maybe neither of them are clearly right or wrong. Anyway, now there's a giant hole in the floor, and then 2B goes into the hole and fights Adam and Eve, the two android machine guys that poop each other out in the desert.
これが私たちの創造主の末路。お前たちが信じる人間はどうかな。
逃げられた。
2B and 9S venture into the location of the next known colony of machines, which is the forest. There, they find a kingdom of machines who are determined to protect what is important to them, the king. While the ability to form a kingdom is already impressive for machines, these machines show the capability to determine what is important to them, which in this case is the baby machine king, which is seen later in the chapter. This protective bond is very similar to that of a human child and its guardians, showing just how human-like the machines have become. The machines in the forest fight to serve and protect, but then they fail because a new android named A2 comes and stabs the idiot baby and then runs away and disappears. And then I kill the giant fish machine guy, and then 9S goes missing, and then I look for him. Well, it's Adam again, and this time he's wearing an ugly dress shirt and vaguely resembles Bayonetta. What a stupid guy. Haha. So, yeah, I beat his ass. Well, if it isn't my favorite android-like machine wearing a Uniqlo dress shirt and looks like Bayonetta. So in this fight, Adam has a lot to say about what it means to be human and have emotions and sensations. And but he is kind of annoying, so I just kill him.
殺し合う
So next, Pascal makes a triangle. No, I mean... Next, Pascal forces 2B to go negotiate peace with the group of machines in the abandoned factory. Once they arrive, we see that the machines here have started some kind of cult-like religion where they worship a leader who is already dead. The machines here treat death as a way of like ascending and becoming a god, which is kind of similar to the whole Heaven's Gate scenario, the cult back then. Upon killing their leader, the cult falls into madness, with members either going crazy and trying to help 2B like ascend by killing her, or aimlessly running around in fear. So those running around, as with all cults, there are some like followers that are often skeptical, but then they get relentlessly attacked by the more devout followers. The machines commit mass suicide by jumping into lava as well, as a last resort. Wow, Eve is back, and oh boy, is he mad that I totally destroyed his brother. I wasn't really sure where to slot these in, so I just put him at the end here. So there are a couple of side quests that helped improve my understanding of the game, namely Family Squabble and Resistance Disappearance. Family Squabble takes a deeper dive into the concept of family in the context of the machines. So in this quest, a mother machine and her youngest son get into a fight where the son runs away into the city ruins. The son is unhappy that he always seems to be fairly untreated, while the mother machine always takes the side of the older brother. Once they're reunited, the mother talks about the difficulties of understanding one another, since now that they're disconnected from the network, they can no longer just tell what other people are thinking. Through this quest, the mother and son gradually learn to understand each other without the connection of the network. In Resistance Disappearance, 2B is tasked with looking for a Resistance member's friend who has disappeared. In the desert, we learn that the Resistance member had gone chasing after a machine that killed his comrade, and he was seeking revenge. But in response to his seeking revenge, the machines went looking for their own revenge because a resistance member was looking for revenge and killed their comrade. Yeah. Anyway, so both were looking for the same thing, but unfortunately the resistance member just wasn't strong enough to take down the machines on his own, so he died. RIP. These two side quests are interesting in the way that they humanize the machines. They are shown to be capable of developing mutual understanding as well as feeling emotions like revenge. Seeking revenge to avenge a comrade is not something one would expect from machines, yet the machines in this world show a higher level of cognitive capabilities. This entire game challenges the understanding of machines as thoughtless, machines whose sole purpose is to carry out the tasks assigned to them. One of the biggest issues in the development of AI these days is how a machine can be made to properly think, to perform actions outside of its coding outlines. Despite this, the machines in this game have already gone past this problem. They're scarily human, and they kind of replaced the humans in these scenarios and settings completely. With the death of the aliens, the machines didn't really have any direction, but they saw the humanless world as a place that they could inhabit, and thus they filled the roles of the humans themselves. While there are definitely many themes running in the background of this game, one of the themes that stand out the most to me is the question of genuine and complete artificial intelligence. The humans are gone from the Earth, and next in line were the machines. Nier Automata explores the concept of post-humanism in a literal sense, and using the machines as a stand-in for humans, the game delves into the questions regarding humanity in the absence of humanity.